Where were you mentally, physically, and emotionally before starting working together?
So mentally, I would have been very busy in my head. It was always working non-stop, and I just didn't know and didn't know how to turn that off on an evening or how to channel that into being productive. Physically, obviously, I was sitting at about 90, 95 kg body weight. I wasn't happy when I looked in a mirror. I wasn't happy. So that's when I said, obviously, change needs to come. And with that, there was the emotional distress and like the emotional side of that where you thought, you start to think about it, then you think, fucking hell, maybe I am just a fat piece of shit. Maybe I am just like this and that. So I think you start with the physical and then everything else can come with it.
Okay, cool. So I had a lot of negative self-talk, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
All right, cool. And perfect. So the next question I ask is this. So I'll drop it in chat as well. So what were some of the biggest frustrations or doubts before actually signing up and taking action?
I think it was definitely if I had the time,
Okay.
if I had the time to commit to the plan that we set. Um, there wasn't frustrate, and I don't think there was many frustrations to be honest.
All right.
It was a very smooth process from that first Zoom call we did to joining the program, and then just getting started on with Trainerize. It was a very smooth process like that. I don't think there was any frustrations, but yeah, the what was it? The doubts. Yeah, that it's just again the time. If it would actually work for me, that was another doubt. If it, if it's just I didn't know what it would be really. I didn't know if it was like you see some people who advertise it and they just send the same program to 20 man.
Right.
Whereas with this, I didn't know what to expect, so I was doubting whether it was going to actually be tailored and personalised to me and my needs, or whether it was just going to be like your common workout and diet plan.
Right. Okay. So right. So you doubt. Okay. Cool. What about let's go into the time a little bit. What were it like fitting, making time for it to happen in
Yeah,
general?
whether I could do it as well as maintain a social life, shall I say, with my friends, if I could still see them, meet them, do stuff with them, as well as dedicate myself, as well as work as well, if I could still make time for the gym and to get it all in. But
Okay.
in the end, you can.
So yeah. So that's that. I'd lead that on to the next question, which were when you actually did receive everything that were needed. What were the what were the mindset then once you realized that you could fit it in? How did that look like for you?
Oh, it was massive. As soon as I realised that, I kind of like planned it out on a piece of paper. I did my Monday to Sunday plan, did it out, so I did morning, then I had my bracket for work, and then I had after work, and then I had evening. And it was like sometimes I'd be gym in the morning because I knew in that evening I'd be socialising more than another day, for example.
Hmm. Okay.
And once I saw it on a piece of paper, I said like, I can do this and it's achievable. So as soon as I saw that and I did that, planned it out, it was a fucking massive kick up the ass. I think I put everything into it then at the beginning of it all.
Yeah, that's excellent. And I think, like I say, once you had it laid out in front of you, it made it a lot more easier to see.
Oh, it
Instead
does.
of instead of trying to make it like try to make it sense in your mind, which is a very very understandable thing, really. So there were time. What were it if it would fit to you and your schedule? What
Yeah,
was
if it was a tailored like
tailored specific?
personal program for just me,
Okay.
and then if I could fit it around, obviously that comes in with time, doesn't it? If I can fit it around social life and stuff.
Okay, so here's a question for you then. So everything leading up to the the day that you signed up, like what were your perception of what could have happened then, if that makes sense? Were there anything that like
Well, the worst thing that would have happened is I'd have obviously spent money, and I realised that the program wouldn't have worked for me,
right,
and
okay,
therefore I would have been disinterested in it, shall I say?
right, okay,
Or you might not have. It might not have been as personal and one to one with yourself as it was.
okay,
It's obviously all that.
okay, no worries. Yeah, sound, yeah, that clears it up a lot. There were one more question I had about the specifics of what it felt like before. Did you know from the content and from the conversation, did you try a program before this, or was this your first one?
So it's my first proper program.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
All right. And it was 25 kilo we lost.
yeah.
Yeah, fire, bro. Excellent. Fucking hell. Right. So this is the next question that I really had to lead on to that, but I'll answer it. It's a little bit more specific than what. So for you, what were the results you'd seen so far, physically, mentally, in everyday life? Just go into the results of what you've achieved.
So obviously the 25 kg body weight loss, that was massive. That was a massive physical like improvement for me. That was huge. From start to finish, that was just a massive transformation. And then there was
How did it make you feel that the 25 kilo down?
well, you feel almost ecstatic. You feel like at the beginning, obviously there was doubt. There was, will it work for me? But then knowing that 6 months later, 7 months later, and I've lost 25 kg, and you look in a mirror, you can realize it. That's a massive. Like you just can't help but smile, and you feel fucking brilliant in yourself. You feel more confident. If I was to go out and go to a pub now, I'd be looking around. I'd be thinking I could talk to anyone and ain't no bother. And I think
Why do you think that is?
because I'm more confident in it now. I feel better in myself because I've lost that weight. I feel better in myself to be able to just fucking talk to anyone. I'm more confident.
I love that, bro. I love that.
So obviously that ties in with the mental and emotional, but like mentally as well, like everyday life. You know, if someone said, should we go eat something?" I'd be like, "Well, what are we eating?" You know, I'm more conscious about what I'm consuming. You know, from I don't remember my last fizzy drink. So now it's all water, cordial. You know, it might be some like Oasis or Ribena, but it's no fucking like high sugar, high fat stuff. My foods, I'm very more balanced now with that. I'm less snacking throughout the day, which was a big thing at the beginning of this program. I was always snacking. Um, or if I do snack, it's like, you know, nuts or raisins, something that I feel like I'll allow I'll allow for myself to have now. But yeah, it's like I'm almost trying to treat my body like a temple.
Okay. And before, well, we'll go into that. What makes you want to treat your body like a temple now then, compared to six?
I've come this far. Why not push myself further?
Okay, that makes complete sense. And how does it feel knowing that you're doing that nowadays in terms of being more proactive with what you're consuming and just ideal looking after yourself a lot more now you come
Well,
back?
it's 10 times better than what it was. You know,
Okay,
I'd see something, I'd eat it before I started this program. But now it's, well, what should I have? I think about it, and I think, well, I could have a chicken with rice, and then maybe after I could have, you know, peanuts or something like that.
I
I'm
mean, go on, keep going, keep going.
I'm very conscious now about what I'm putting in my body because of how it could affect. I don't want to just have lost all that 25 kg and in the space of a month or two, put it straight back on.
Awesome, bro. I love that, mate. And 25 kilo, I know everything you just said is a fucking phenomenal achievement. And when you zoom out of the timeline, it really ain't that long it's taken you to do it as well. You've done
Yeah,
a very fantastic job, mate. So yeah, I just want to say a big well done for that, bro. I
thank
mean,
you.
it speaks for itself that um, this is a very relevant question leading onto it, which was what I had for you. So, what's been the biggest change or breakthrough moment for you during this journey so far?
The change would definitely be how much I was to do stuff that isn't good for you. So how much I go out drinking, that decreased massively. How much I was to, you know, eat the shit food, eat the crappy stuff, that's changed massively. I think just doing that in itself, that was a big breakthrough for me because prior to this, I could have been out drinking, you know, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, even Sundays even, and I'd feel shit on a Monday. I'd feel shit every morning of that. And I'd just think, well, the only way to stop myself from feeling shit is to drink again.
Oh, yeah,
And it's like, and obviously we've been through that many times, haven't we? You know, it's that effect, it's that cycle, and I think reducing that slash, you know, not even doing that at points that's probably been the biggest change.
that's awesome, bro. Yeah, I can completely relate to that cycle. I was drinking 4 or 5 times a week as a plumber. And I know how fucking terrible I felt the week after. It drains your soul. And the fact
Yeah.
that you've changed them habits around speaks volumes. So how do you think well, obviously it's come to a point where you thought, you know what it is, I'm not behaving in that manner no more. And how did that actually change your life? Not drinking 4 or 5 times a week, not fucking.
Oh well, I mean, on when I went on to Portugal and obviously there was lots of drinking there, I would be, you know, I'd be drinking slower, I'd be drinking less than everyone else, and then if it got to a point where I felt like shit, I should stop drinking now, where I would usually have gone, you know, let's can carry on. It's now I'm a bit like step back, have a water, have a two, take an hour out of it, and then maybe have another in a bit
Yeah,
instead of everyone else who was just drinking for the purpose of getting pissed and just feel like they drink either way. I see is they now drink to escape their mental problems, and they're drinking to forget everything else what's going on. And that's changed. Like that used to be me, but now it's not. I'm drinking because I'm on holiday. I've earned that break, so I'll drink on my break, but I won't drink to the point where I can't walk, or I'll do something I regret.
Yeah, I mean, what you basically saying is like it's self control. Like you've
Absolutely.
learned to become aware of when not to take it too far, and allow yourself to think you future pace your mind to be able to understand the consequences of doing, drinking to escape. So which is excellent. And I can guarantee it's opened up your awareness to other people's behavior now.
Massively.
Yeah. So could you see that quite a lot? Could you see your own behavior in a lot of other people?
Oh,
On the other day?
everyone else,
Yeah.
everyone. I just thought I used to be like that, and then when you see them and they're making a dick of themselves or something, you find it funny.
It's
But
funny. Yeah. Yeah. I see it. I know.
it is funny, and then you look, and then after you've laughed and you're like, yeah, yeah, that was funny. That you think I used to be like that, and it's like, and I don't miss it,
Yeah. I
and you
love.
don't miss it.
I think what's happened over the last 6 months as well as you're losing the weight is maturity and understanding yourself on a deeper level. Not have to get absolutely fucking blasted to feel like say like yourself, which is I think is a key component of what I want to teach lads is like, look, I haven't had a drink for 2 years, bro. And I mean, obviously, the consequences for me drinking might be slightly different, having a son, having a family, etc. But I mean, the feeling's still the same. And it's like, what I want to teach young lads, it's like, listen, you don't necessarily have to get fucking smashed to feel that alive feeling, that
Mm.
confident feeling. You can do that through training, nutrition, some discipline through a week. And you can almost have the same feeling without having to fucking pay the consequence of the hangover the following day. I think that's the teaching I've really been trying to give. Sometimes I might spit out the messaging wrong, but excellent answer, Brian. I can see it in yourself as well. So another fucking golden answer, bro. Well done.
Mm-hmm.
Here, so this one we're a little bit about for programming wise. Then you briefly mentioned it before. So what part of the program surprised you and impacted you the most? I know you mentioned it a little bit earlier in the call, but if you want to go a little bit deeper into it.
So yeah, the surprise was probably the fact that it was very much tailored to me and around my work. Obviously, one of the questions in the initial call that we had was, "What's my average steps?" And then the fact instead of just going straight to 14K, it was a gradual increase. It all started very gradually, which usually it wouldn't. I don't think. I have friends who've done other programs, and they're like, "Oh no!" As soon as we started, he just said, "Do this." Like, go to the gym, mash out 25 reps of the fucking maximum weight you can do, or whatever. But with this, it was very gradual. It was a very easy introduction for someone who's never trained properly, or attempted properly to lose weight or diet properly. It was a very easy introduction, and I think that's what shocked me the most about how easy it is.
Mm. Yeah,
Um,
gradual levels up, mate. Yeah, keep going. I don't want
yeah,
to.
it was gradual, and how easy it is to track stuff. With like your MyFitness pal, everything like that. How easy it is to realize what you're eating, what you're drinking, and like what you should avoid as well. That's how easy it's the ease I think that shocked me, because being prior to it, obviously never attempting it or anything, never putting my all into it, shall I say. You just think this is the right drag, this is hard as fuck, this, but actually it's not. You just need to have the right plan in place.
I love that, bro. Yeah, I mean, to add on to that, like throwing someone in deep and too quick, it like going all in and shit too early. There's a high likely chance that people won't stick to it for a longer term. I mean, you stuck to it for 6 months, and like you said, it won't incredibly hard. It more of a benefit to your life instead of a fucking net negative. All it is some behavior changes, some gradual improvements week on week, and just read the data and then just keep going. And
Yeah,
I think that's why you had so much success early on, is because you were just following the basic steps and doing it to the best of your ability, holding yourself accountable. Not chatting shit on fucking the checking forms. Like I've had a few lads who come in and like blatantly lie about it, and it's like, mate, you haven't lost weight in like 4 weeks, bro. Like,
right.
so you can't tell me you've been doing all right with nutrition when I know I've got Freddie over here who's like down 7 kilo at this point or whatever. We already know, bro. You know what I mean? So I know when people are doing it, and you did
Oh
it.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's another thing that's amazing as well, bro. So excellent. Now for you, right? I'll post it in as well, but I could probably just read it off. But it is what it is. So if someone was on the fence about joining, what would you actually say to them behind closed doors?
You don't realize how easy it is until you start. And if you want to start, there's a reason for that.
Mm,
You know, if you're thinking about joining, there's a reason, and that's the reason is you want to better yourself. It's not just about physical either, it's mentally, emotionally, and physically. You know, with the whole group chat and the Thursday night calls, the amount that they help, you know, your mentality and your emotional health, as well as it's like a therapy session with your boys. Them calls, they're fucking brilliant. Um, but if you're thinking about it, just do it.
I love that, bro. And how long would you say you were actually thinking about? How long were your consciousness calling you to make a change? Then do you think?
Probably a good 6 months,
Right.
and
And
I was always interacting with your social media posts, and it wasn't until that you reached out to me, and I thought, yeah, okay, let's do it.
I
But
remember.
I still don't think if you didn't reach out to me, I don't think I would do it. I would have done it.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Do you think it is something you potentially never got round or waited years or?
If I was never contacted, I don't think back then I would have done it.
And what do you think that would have been? Do you think that's a bit of fear or confusion? What do you think were that one
I
thing that?
think it's more denial. I think it's more you don't want to admit that you're unhappy with yourself or that you're fat. You don't want to admit that. But then obviously when you reached out saying like, you know, do you want to get into shape? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? And I was like, yeah, I do. And then you were like, well, I can show you how to do it. And so that's when I thought, you know what? Yeah, sound, let's do it.
I love that. That's fucking awesome, bro. Very powerful as well. Very,
Yeah,
very powerful. You know, sometimes as coaches, I speak to a lot of them. It's like, should I send that DM? Does he think I'm trying to sell to him? Does he think I'm trying to be a pushy? You know what I mean? But I saw your name pop up quite regularly, and I thought, you know, is this guy's subconsciously telling me that he does actually need some help here? I just
that's
know it.
it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think all of us as men, we do have a bit, whether you want to call it ego, pride, denial, whatever it might be. That is a thing that will hold you back. But that's the thing that if you overcome it, you can achieve remarkable results, bro. And
Oh, absolutely.
I think something I do want to teach you about that is like that calling in your consciousness to lose weight, also apply it to business as well. So if you're ever struggling with business, if you're ever struggling with fucking any other area of your life, but you're feeling that call in the back of your head, start to listen to it more. That'll take you very, very far. That it's your intuition, bro. It's your soul.
Yeah,
It's something beyond the physical, mate. It's calling you to go for it as well. So listen to that voice more, because it will take you very, very far. And that's coming from a 30-year-old man, bro. Like what, you 21 now?
21 now.
9 years ahead, bro, and I felt like 21 a blink of an eye. And I can honestly say, you at 21 old are a shining example of what I wanted to do at 21.
Mm,
It took me like fucking 24, 25 to start pulling my finger out. So
right.
you're already leaps and bounds ahead of majority of people. Do you know what I mean? Like you are
Yeah,
leaps and bounds ahead, and just think the next fucking 9 years of life to 30, if you carry on with that same work ethic, same level of accountability, don't let your ego or denial get in the way. You're gonna go very, very far, but you already know you want to escape the matrix. You
yeah,
know.
absolutely.
So fucking hell, like this is just the start of something special for your own personal growth.
Yeah.
Next question, quite similar, but slightly tailored differently, and I
Mm.
think we'll get a good answer out of this one. So, what do you now understand about discipline, fitness, and self leadership that you didn't 6 months ago, Freddie?
So with discipline, it's about, you know, showing up every day, putting your best into everything you do. It's about sticking to the plan, sticking to the program. And at the end of the day, the only person you're going to let down if you don't show discipline is yourself. Like if I was to not show up, I'm only letting myself down, and I've not come this far to stop, you know, not be disciplined and just give up on myself. And I think that ties in with your whole brand of being relentless. To being disciplined is being relentless. You've got to attack every day with the same energy. From the moment you get out of bed to the moment you go back in it in the night, you've got to be disciplined. You've got to stick to your guns.
I love it. Yeah,
Um, I
100%.
mean, fitness. That's again that comes down to ease. Like you don't realize that what difference just, you know, going on a morning and an evening walk, them extra steps, what they do, you know, what going to the gym mentally can help with. You know, you could be there, you could be hitting that boxing bag for 3 minutes, and after it, everything that you were worried about or anything you had on your mind just gone. And the mental improvement that ties in with becoming fit is crazy.
Yeah.
Or from what I found it is, and I think a lot from what I've heard of everyone else, it also helps them.
Amazing, bro. And
And
I
with
think,
that self leadership, that's just again that's being disciplined. It's telling yourself what you need to do that day and fucking doing it to your best you can.
I love it. Yeah, because I mean, you can't go through a program, you can't go through anything without changing yourself. And I mean, then three things there are a massive component of becoming a better man. And like I say, 6 months ago, you probably didn't see them three things, which is discipline, fitness, self, the way you do now. And
No,
these are lifelong lessons that you can teach to your potential kids, your potential, friends, even yourself, even further deeper down the line. So another great answer. And to touch on that, mate, it's like apply these principles to any other area of your life, you're going to be very, very successful.
yeah,
Self leadership, self accountability. Most adults will never, don't even know what the fuck that is, bro. Like, just drink away the problems and try and forget about it.
that's it.
Go to the 9 to 5 job, kind of hope and ignore that, everything will get, but just drift through life, bro. You've got to be very, very intentional with it. And I think that's why you've had a lot of success so far.
Absolutely.
Fucking awesome. So, right, here we go. Next one. I should be more smooth with this, but fuck it, we'll let it ride. So, what was your experience of being coached and being a part of this community as a whole?
It was very easy going. Obviously, never been here before, I didn't understand what it entitled, what the mentorship, what the one-on-one was like. It was frequent messages, how am I doing? That check-in was everything. It's the videos I'd get on a Monday morning to watch back, how I can improve, how I can, sort things out. If I had an issue with like the leg press, that I had an angled leg press, it was resolved that night, that day. It was very easy being coached by yourself and the community that we've got. The lads group chat, them Thursday night calls. The community is fucking brilliant. If I was to put an achievement in there, I'm certain every one of them would say, "Congrats, well done, you're fucking incredible. Let's fucking go." All of that, like the community, the brand, and yourself. It's an incredible thing to be a part of. It really is.
I appreciate that, man. But much, much appreciated and very, very kind words. And I think I'm so glad that you feel like that because that's exactly the levels that I want you to feel when you come in. It's like you're welcome, you're seen, you're heard, and also them calls are like I don't just want it to be fucking talking about like basic nutrition and boring shit. I want to talk about navigating women, navigating life, like actual real shit that we all go through as men,
Absolutely.
mental health, spirituality, all that shit that I love. And I mean, yeah, I mean the call show up to more of them because we're gonna host more as the
Yeah. Sound.
new. But yeah, I'm glad that I've got some feedback from that because there were one things I won't fence with over the last few weeks because a few people haven't been showing up, but
Yeah.
I'm sure that doing them anyway is just good, man. I've been showing up and doing it, so yeah, jump on the next one, bro. I think it'd be great to have you.
Absolutely. I will next Thursday, into it.
I know you've been a fucking busy guy.
Yeah.
Last few, bro. Last few,
No, no worries.
we're doing very well. So, how do you see your life evolving if we continue building on this momentum for the next 6 months? So the 6 month chapter's gone. You're doing extremely well, but like, let's say, like, look into the future for yourself. And this isn't me trying to fucking say, oh, keep going, I'll sign up. I'm just like very, very curious to know from you how the next 6 months look like with that level of intensity, work ethic, self leadership. What does that actually look like for you?
So towards the end of the last 6 months, there was a lot of I was showing up, but I wasn't tracking. I wasn't doing that. I wasn't being the best. I want to say student, but I wasn't doing what I could do so that I could make the best out of you. So I think that would, if when we continue for the next 6 months, I think where that'll definitely go back to how it was at the beginning of it. It'll go back to tracking every day. Your check-ins on time on a Sunday, photos, weigh-ins daily, photos whenever you want. I think they're frequent out there, more frequent than what I was anyway. I think that's going to pick up again, um, and I think effort and discipline is just going to carry on getting better. The self like motivation and everything is just going to keep getting better. And obviously, with that, the more I see the bigger improvement in myself, the more I'm going to start thinking maybe it's time just to quit the drink. Maybe it's time just to, think about what I'm doing with my friends. When am I doing it? Can I be using my time wiser? I think that's going to be the next big thing for the next 6 months for me. I think that's going to be the big change.
Yeah, 100%. I hear it. I mean, for you thinking like that, 21's a very, very good place to be. To be honest with you, I mean, start auditing your time a lot better, having a clear vision and goal for you. You did mention the 15%. Like, where are you actually at with it now, coming back from Portugal? Would you roughly say?
I think I've definitely put some weight back on.
I understand.
I think I'll probably be back. I think I'll be back at about. I think I've put about 7 kilos back on, 8 kilos back on.
How does that make you feel?
Yeah, I want to lose it again.
Okay.
Yeah, it needs to go. That's how I feel.
Okay. So will that over just the Portugal trip, or will that just over the accumulation? Let's say the last 1 2 months. Like, how long's that?
So it's probably been from the day we landed to probably I think probably 2 or 3 days ago. And then when I weighed myself 2 or 3 days ago and I saw that since then, at work I went on a shop. I've stocked the fridge at work. I've got chicken breast, sausages, rice packets, got everything. I'm ready to get fucking back locked in. You know.
Yeah. What body fat percentage do you think you're at? Never put the scale weight to the side, just visually.
Probably 20.
Okay.
Probably
Right.
roughly 20. Thinking back to that chart that you showed, I think roughly 20.
All right. Okay. Mate, you're not that far off, bro. Fuck you.
No, that's it.
I
Why give
mean,
up now?
well, that's it. I mean, what, and the end goal would be what, 15%?
15% looking fucking good.
Well, I mean, the commitment and you're locking in, like, there's no reason why. And I don't mean this is in like do it rapid, get it off quicker all, but like within an 8 to 12 week period, you're being on point with your shit. You're not going out and getting fucked on weekends and that. I know it's summer and stuff, but managing your calories, potentially saving some calories throughout the week to overdo on the weekend, so you're not massively over, stepping the mark, bro. There's no reason you can't be losing 2 or 3 pounds per week. That's, let's say, I think 8 to 12 weeks you'll be down at 15%, bro.
Right.
That's just being real, bro. Like, there's not. If you're at 20%, I don't know if you're at 20% or not. I'd have to look myself from some photos, but you're really not that far. You're not as far off. It would not take 6 months to do that.
Right.
So that's definitely one thing I would bear in mind, bro. One more question I have for you. Here we go. It's kind of similar. It's kind of slightly tailored, bro. Boom. What's the next level of version? What's the next level version of you, and what do you think you'll need to get in place to get there? That's the question I have for you.
So the next level version, I just want to be, I want to be all them things, disciplined, fit. I want to have that self-leadership. I want to have that self-control. I want to be able to say no. I want to say no to things rather than just someone says something, yeah, let's do it. Yeah. I don't want to be. I want to be a fucking ruthless version of what I am now. I want to be fucking, I want to be brutal, but not to the point where I'm nasty. I want to be, should we do this? No, stick to my guns, stick to what I want to do, not just say yeah to please other people, because it's not about them, it's about me at the end of the day. And that's what I need to drill into my head. And that's going to be the next level version of me, is to fucking drill in that it's me and it's only me. And that's why I'm doing it. But I want to, physically wise, I want to get down to 15%. Obviously, I want to increase muscle hypertrophy. But with football starting back up, I think strength's going to play a big part this season, because we've gone up a division, so we're in a more like brutal division in a men's league. So there's a lot more physicality on the ball, off the ball. There's all of that. So I just want to build my strength as well as a bit of hypertrophy and just get back to being fit.
Would you perform better at 15%? Do you think?
I think I would.
Yeah. Why?
I think because although I may be skinnier or may have, less body fat, I feel as though I'll be lighter, so I'll be quicker, I'll be more agile, and if I've got that strength with me as well, then I think I'll be able to hold my own on the field.